Hey, Kyle,
Hey, how's it going?
too early to tell, never too late to care.
All right. Letting a few more people in here and we'll kick things off. How's everyone doing?
Doing well. It's a good day today.
Awesome. Um, cool. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through a couple of the questions that were submitted here. Nick, I see yours first
Yeah,
on the list here.
we have a problem because I don't know why, but when I spoke with what's his name out in Jamaica a week and a half back, and there's just that our leads.megafluence.net was not pointed to IP 32 dot whatever it was or 35 dot something. Okay. And so when Eric went in to try and do that, we have an error message coming up. And if you want, I can pull this up right here for you. And you should be able to knock this out. Can I share my screen real quick to show you the message? Big picture.
Yeah, the best place for this though, this is a support request. So a member of our technical team can help out with the uh with URL issues or domain issues for sure.
Yeah, it's a DNS saying it's conflicting with something with you guys. So,
Yeah, that's going to take some time to work through with you. So
okay,
let's get that to support and help you out there.
where do I go to do that? I'm not
Support at
I'm not the
whitelabelsuite.com.
back, yeah, I'm not the back end guy when it comes to this stuff. So I'm just a front end sales marketing, sales and consultant guy. So
Yeah, just send it to support at whitelabelsuite.com. Let them know um, you're having that issue. And the form you said it was the A record.
yep.
So yeah, we can get you squared away there.
All right. I'll go on mute and listen to you guys, see if I learn anything.
Sounds good. All right. Let's see here. Got Jeff's question next here. Quick setup using AI on front and back end of automations. How it's used to nurture handoff to customer client. Um, cool. Jeff, we have you on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So as far as the AI automation goes, are you looking for what the AI assistant can help you with, how it generates those messages and how it works through the automations or
Yeah, like once I get those, I guess I go through my search and I pull them over to, I guess, my CRM. Um, how does it, I guess, initially set off, am I supposed to be having something set up where it's sending the emails and the AI picks them up or what? Like that's what I'm getting confused with. How am I doing that or what is this setup?
yeah. Great question. So are you using high level?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me show you how that could work. One sec here.
I'm like, I've been in for a while, just kind of I always get stuck on pulling them into the system and then going from there where the messages are, in drip mode and responding back and following up, stuff like that.
Yeah. So the first thing that you want to do is we'll just pull this up here. So when you send leads over, to initiate an automation, so you don't have to do anything manually, High Level's got a feature where you can set the trigger. Um, you can set the trigger for that to
For
be,
the
hey,
tag.
when a new contact's created with this specific tag, fire off this automation. And where
Okay.
it'll get that tag from is everybody you're sending from that specific list will have a tag attached to it if you fill this portion out here for that list.
Right.
So from there, um, what that would look like is if you're sending an email and great thing about high level is the custom values. And with the custom values inside of the contact, since we send over that AI generated information, those custom fields are
Automatic.
under the AI.
So is that I guess the whole automation is that set up into the snapshot that we're supposed to have from I think it's generation something or um the snapshots that you guys provide White Label Suite.
So that is more on getting people to uh like book a time, check
Okay.
out the opportunity, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So with this, yeah, like the custom fields that are included when you send over that contact,
Right.
it's got the intro, it's got their AI generated, email subject line. So
Okay.
what you would do is, I can just put in here the contact intro by AI, right? And so that would be the kind of the body of the email. And I could say, hey,
Contact name.
so and so, here's the intro by the AI, and then your email signature, right? And so that's literally how you could do that.
Okay. That seems very simple.
Yeah, try to make it as simple as possible, so that way you're not having to like, okay, I got the contact, I sent them over to my CRM, but now I've got to copy and paste all the intros that I generated by AI, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's one way to do that. Like if you just want to send out create a workflow, you could call it like introductions, right? And everybody you send over there, you could tag them as intro and set the trigger in the workflow to say, hey, when new contacts created with this tag, fire this workflow, and it goes through kind of an introduction, email campaign.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think your question only had one part to it, right? I remember somebody's having two parts. All right, and then I got Carl's on here. And Carl, you're on the call. Cool. All right.
I am, thanks.
Yeah. So no more about the strategy, giving the leads away to everyone at a meeting, 14-day trial, onboarding ready to sell video tooth.
It was Walt, a couple of weeks ago, it was in one of the weekly calls. It was talking about the toll booth method, okay, instead of the package method, okay.
Yeah.
I just watched a video again this morning, so I'm a little better than when I freaked out and wrote that this morning.
All good.
But they were saying that you guys can go out and say, hey, and like for my warm leads, let's say now, and not just taking it out to anybody, but I like to go, hey, you want to see some AI lead generation in action here? Take 100 leads, set you up on this. He said about a form. So the form is made in GHL, I assume, on the landing page. And that's gonna set out. You're gonna kick off a webhook to. That's what I don't understand. So we gotta go back to White Label Suite, webhook to White Label Suite, or do we just say present them with the present them with the sales page? Like go there and go to. You're right. Okay, they're in. I'm sorry, they're in GHL. When we have the landing page, say that they would go to fill out the form. No, that's right. Okay. All their information is there. Does the form go into GHL and then we hook it and build something automatically in White Label Suite? Or do we do it backwards and say, here's a sales page, go back to GHL? There you go.
Cool.
That was
so
easy.
what you could do is I would create the package first, because if you're going to give them access to
Right.
the software, they have to subscribe to a package if you
Right.
want to do that automatically. Now you could do it manually and go to subscriptions and add somebody to an account that way. But with
Right.
your saying like, hey, go to my page or scan this QR code, get the account, get in the software, use it, that you're going to want to create a package first.
Right.
And you want to create a package first because you're gonna have to go back to high level and say, hey, when somebody fills out this form, send a webhook with this information to my software, create this plan for them, give them access, send them their password, login, and all that.
Okay.
So something that the team is actually putting an announcement together on right now. We just launched this literally like an hour ago. You can now create one-time packages. So before you either had to do a monthly or you had to do a yearly and kind of work out, okay, how much time do I want to give this person on this before they either get kicked out or they run out of credits or whatever, right?
Right.
So now you can do a one-time and say, hey, for like your example, here's a one-time package. They get 100 credits and they only have access to it for 14 days and that's it.
Right.
So you guys now have that capability as of an hour ago. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So that's the package I would make. I got that. Okay. Now, so that fill out a form in GHL to say, and with webhook that, do you have the, I don't want to belabor this, but do you have some, I'm sorry, webhook, or you could run through it if you like, but if you have the documentation, I will certainly sit through and work through that. I haven't been able to find that. So.
Yeah. So the best place to find documentation on that is going to be support.whitelabelsuite.com. So this is our help center.
Okay.
This is all the tech docs on everything that the software does.
Okay.
So what this would be like is, and this will be updated with this new one-time feature, but this would be like creating a package for sale. So under the option here is how to create a package for sale. And this walks you
Right.
through what we were just talking about. So creating that package,
Right.
setting that all up, getting the information you need to create the webhook for Zapier, high level, whatever you're using. And that'll
Okay.
show you, how that information gets sent back and forth.
All right. Wonderful. I was looking in the wrong
Yeah.
place. I wasn't on that site, but that's wonderful. All right. Kyle, thank you so much. I
No
appreciate the one-time thing, and I'll let you know how it goes. What an absolutely marvelous idea. I love this idea. So as soon as somebody warms up, I'm going to be able to introduce them to my AI and they get something and blah, blah, blah. We're off and running. I think that's genius.
Yeah, and the great thing about this too is now that you can resell credits to everybody, I'm not sure if you were part of that call too, where the toll booth method. So
Yeah.
now they get in there, it's like, okay, cool, you can keep purchasing credits. If it's not like a 14-day, maybe you gave them access to it forever and you just kept reselling credits to them. That's also a possibility. So they could just keep buying credits at 20 or 25 cents or whatever you set your price at, and
Right.
they always have access to it, but they always have to purchase credits. That might be a good like introduction plan for somebody who maybe doesn't want the monthly or annual commitment. They just want to come
Right.
in and use it, try it out. But yeah, one of the things I was going to show you too, down in the bottom right corner, you can always access that same site we were just on too. So it's hooked up to that here, and you can always go through that documentation too.
I got kind of in a circle down there. It started out with an AI chat, trying to figure it out, went to webhook, said it didn't have it. Now I don't know. That's it. Mine seems to be stuck in it just goes back to the previous messages and I couldn't find the,
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you got
reference section.
these options down here too, as well, it'll take you back home or to the messages. That's probably what you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Are there any other hooks that the white label sends out, like somebody used 50 credits or they logged in these times, or is anything like that exposed?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're talking about like, hey, if this person logged in for the first time, notify me, or send out a workflow that says, hey, congratulations, you logged in. And
right. Best of luck. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Not at the moment.
Okay, cool. Kyle, thanks again, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Back over here. Okay, I got one from Wayne here, signing up a client, already has their own GHL. Okay, yeah, Wayne was the one that had the second question on there. So cool. Yeah, Wayne, I see you're on here. So yeah, go over your first question. If they've already got their own high level account, then all they need to do is if you have your now, do you want to make sure that you've got under the business account that you've given them access to that integration? So if you don't have any of these checked here, they won't be able to see that. If they go to integration, they won't see anything here at all. But if you're just using, the high level integration, they would just click on connect CRM or whatever you've named yours, right? Maybe if you have this white labeled, they would just click on that and they log in, they click the sub account they want to use, and that's it. They're connected.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. All right. And then your other question here on oh, okay. So yeah, there's not a snapshot for this currently, the Agoji sequence. What that is in reference to is yeah, we don't have one that's got that with it on our store. But what that sequence is in reference to is just giving you different you could do this with sending if you're using high level, you could send tasks to yourself to remind you, um, or you can do this in a workflow to say, hey, on day 1, send them an email. On day 2, send them a text to let them know that you had emailed them. Day 3, you could do a manual action, which would be a task reminder that says, hey, remind me to reach out to this person and connect with them on LinkedIn. Then maybe the next day it's send them a message on LinkedIn. So that's really what that sequence goes through. It's just giving you multiple ways to try to connect with them instead of just putting them through, a 7-day email sequence that's it. And then all they get is emails, right? So it's just kind of a creative way to get their attention, get in front of them with different, just different ways of contacting them.
Yeah, I understand that. I was just using it as like a reference point in case it kind of jogged your memory of where it was. I just sent in screenshots into the chat of the sequence that he showed that I was just asking about more like directly than the actual Gogi sequence itself.
Yeah. So in the opportunity board that you're showing here, that's the same thing. So your workflow would look like it would look like the trigger would be, new contact created, send them an email, then send them a text, like what I just went through you on there with that. But then it could also update that opportunity board at the same time to say, okay, I've sent this person an email, they've been sent a text, and just walks them through that opportunity board with each step and stage, and just kind of lets you know like where you're at with that communication with them.
Okay, and then within that workflow, I can kind of build in, like, say on day 3, they respond, they're kind of pulled out of that sequence now, so they're not continuing to get hit with messages and whatnot.
Exactly. So whether they've responded, or you can use trigger links as well if they've clicked a button, if they've booked time on your calendar, you can take them out of that workflow too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that button click or link click one is a good one too. If they click on it but don't respond, we've always considered those as like interested and put them in a new column to call them within 5 minutes of clicking that. Because if they click it but then don't take any action, that means they were interested, something might have happened, and it's a good time to call them at that point too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. That was all the questions I had submitted. If anybody's got any more that are on the call. Joy, I see you got your hand raised already, so go ahead.
Yeah. I had a question, just ran into, you know, the workflow that you guys gave with the 20 free lead or the 20. Yeah, the 20 free leads. Can you go to that? Can you share your screen? I have a question on it.
Okay. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
pull that up here.
so you have the first, we did a run through it, and what I did was I set it up, it's all working, and then when I actually, can you go to sites? There you go, perfect. So you see how there's the 20 free leads, I have it active, so I already did the first step.
Okay.
But then when somebody makes an appointment, they go to that page, there's a global unsubscribe page. So I was a little baffled on that. I'm sure it's not supposed to be like that. So what I did is I just duplicated that page and I made it like a thank you page. But then I'm not sure where the unsubscribe page is supposed to be.
So what this page is for is within the, let me pull up the emails here.
I have a
Um,
working page that I can show you what I mean.
so yeah, it's not a page, it's a link, and it takes them to that page once they click on it in the email. And I believe it's in this guy.
Oh. Well, it
So
automatically brought us to it when we booked an appointment.
yeah, so
That's
what
right.
that means is that let me get back out of here. But yeah, basically it's in the footer of the email so that when they click on that unsubscribe button, it takes them to a page to help them understand and confirm that they've been unsubscribed from that email campaign. So they're not just like clicking on it and they don't see anything happen when they click that button, but it takes them to a page to let them know, hey, you've been successfully unsubscribed. So they can
Right,
click on that at any time in their email.
but what I'm saying is after we booked an appointment, it brought us to that page automatically. Here, let me
Yeah,
show
so
you.
what you're gonna do there, and I know
Oh, okay.
exactly what you're talking about with that,
Yeah.
is you want to make sure the calendar settings are set to not go to next page, but just stay
Oh,
on this page and give them a message um, that says, so yeah, you might have yours on like go to next step, or if it's use action from the calendar builder, might have to go to the settings for that calendar to just make sure it's not going to the next step. Which in that funnel, the next step is that global unsubscribe page.
can you show me where that is?
Yeah, let's see here. So
Okay. But it would be automatically attached to that flow, though, the email flow, if somebody unsubscribes.
yeah, but
Gotcha.
um,
Yeah, I didn't think like, see, well, maybe in the calendar, there's like um, a page, you know, like when somebody books, maybe it goes to a page or something. I don't know. I just went by, I figured if it was a flow that it was set up right. What was the last one on the bottom?
that's just staff selection.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
okay,
can, yeah,
okay,
put different people on there to book with.
gotcha.
Let's see here.
I don't feel so bad if you don't know where it is. Details. Well, hopefully this
Okay,
is
so here's the confirmation. So this is
mhm.
still a default. It just says, hey, thank you for booking. So once somebody books, it stays on that page, the calendar disappear, and then this message will appear. So I don't see it currently set up as a redirect URL, and that's what I thought too. Like you'd have to redirect that to that page. So Unless you've got it set to, go back there.
I'm gonna look at mine while you're doing that.
Yeah, so if you click on the calendar, unless you've got it set to go to next step, it shouldn't go anywhere from this page.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't change the settings. So whatever it was at, let's see. And maybe this will be helpful for somebody. Edit. Which section are you in? I'm sorry, I'm in my thing now.
All good.
No,
I
just-
am in step 2.
What is it, step 2, or am I in the calendar?
Well, if you go to step 2, that's the kind of the quickest way that we're looking at here. Just
Oh,
clicking
I
on
see.
the, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, because even in the calendar, if you have this embedded in a page,
Mhm.
this page can still, like with the button actions, when somebody clicks and submits and says, hey, book a time, you can still override whatever settings are in the calendar.
Okay,
Yeah, and they do that so you don't have to go back and forth. So yeah, you just want to make sure under button actions that it's use action from calendar builder, because it should be currently set to just give them a confirmation
look at-
message.
let me look at your screen. Cause I'm in my thing. So that's in the page. And how did you get to that again?
So I just make
Got it,
sure
got
I'm
it.
clicked on that step and just click edit.
Yours has a different one, right? 23, no, you got activate. Okay, schedule call, never mind. I was thinking it said. Okay. All right, I'll play around with that. Thank you so much. I was just baffled by that. Like, oh,
Yeah, no problem.
thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, Jamie, I see you got your hand raised.
Yeah, hey there, Kyle. So, I'm curious to know, with this Prospect Falcon, is that a brand of yours, or are you just basically creating that as a sample landing page, on last week's little session?
Yeah, so we're creating that as a case study for you guys. So what we haven't had in the past is something to show you guys like a retail product that, hey, here's how you could set it up, here's how it could look. What we're putting together right now as part of that is kind of we go through those steps is creating assets that you guys will also be able to use here in the near future. Like I believe, yeah, Jeff had asked earlier about Walt giving a landing page away for that last week. Jeff, I'll get you that link here in a second. But yeah, as we're creating those things and showing you guys how that works, our plan is just to help, give that away to you as a here's a real world, how that could look, how it could work. Here's the packages that you could use to create with that. As we update the platform too, it's always good to have an example of, just what different things could look like and what your guys' options are now as we update and upgrade and all that.
Right. So as far as I'm trying to figure out how I can implement that, because I do have that. And I'm just wondering, can that be used as a subdomain? So we've got our current agency, and basically that would be a landing page like leads dot, our agency name, or should that be set up as a whole separate different brand?
Got it. Okay. So you got your agency, and if somebody is on your agency website and clicks on lead generation software as an example. So you're saying not to make that as a page of that site, but just a subdomain for them to visit?
Yeah, either or. If it can be created, I guess, as a page of that site, maybe that would work just as well. Because there isn't anything off of that other than clicking into whatever the call to action is, getting started. So that can all be built out via a separate page as opposed to a subdomain.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it as a subdomain.
Yeah, it's going to be a separate. It's not won't be good for SEO, I guess.
Yeah. So you'll lose a little bit of that. But then too, so you can also make it easier just to share it. So, you'd send them to mydomain.com/leads. It's like,
Right.
cool, there it
Exactly.
is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
so
I
that's
would
the
do.
best way to go. Okay, that sounds good. And also, I was looking at the pricing. So you're suggesting $97 for, was it 500 credits?
Yeah, what was it at? Yeah, it was 500 and then 6,000 for the year.
It sounds like a very low price. Is there any reason that you're pricing it so low?
Yeah, so
Or is
once
that
you
just
get
kind of like an
people,
example?
yeah, once you get people in, the thought behind that example is, since you can resell the credits, what they're getting access to there from you is the software, right? And being able to log in and get access to everything. But once they go through the credits, they might want to purchase additional credits. And one thing that we've had feedback on before, which is why we also took out, like at the beginning, well, this has almost been, well, I guess it's almost been a year ago now. We took away the per license pricing for you guys too, originally, that we had. So try to like remove different layers and different objections and obstacles for you guys to resell this. So part of that example is it's a low entry point to get them bought into the program. And if they ever need more leads than that, you're making money on the additional purchases of those leads because you can resell them, or not leads, sorry, credits, because you can resell those credits to them. So if they go through the 500 in the month, then if they need to purchase another, 200 or something, they're paying more for those credits to get access to them, but they don't feel like they're spending another, $200 a month on the program. That makes sense. Like, it's just kind of helping balance that barrier to entry with giving you the option to also resell those credits and getting, volume and more people onto the platform for you.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I was just thinking that it's kind of on the low end a bit, when you're, offering basically 500 leads. I know that their credits, so some of them may be maybe half that, but do you guys have any kind of snapshot as far as actually setting up appointments and basically doing a little bit more of a service there rather than just offering leads? Because I've found that most of them, they don't really do much with the leads. They actually want, through my research, they want booked appointments and they want to just basically show up. Kind of like, I guess, the John Logar method. You guys have anything along that line that I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around how that would work?
Let me see here. I'd have to go to the Snapshot store. We don't have anything that we give away that I know of. I'd have to check the Snapshot store for that. But what I would say is, yeah, to your point, some do want to just walk into an appointment. Which at that instance, like I wouldn't sell them just access to the platform. That's almost a done for you service where you could say, hey, for X amount per month, I'm going to go out and source these many leads for you. I'm going to put them through this system. Our goal is to hit X amount of booked appointments per month for you. And that's the service that I'm providing. So then it doesn't become about, $97 a month is more of a SaaS play. For you, it'd be more of an agency done for you booking service. So that's kind of the difference there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. Are others doing that
We
that you
have
know
people
of?
doing multiple different, things that we
Yeah,
try to get from them and say, hey, how's it working? Or what are you doing? And some of them, experiment and they're like, hey, I would probably never do that again. It kind of worked, but I'm going to go and just do this, what I was doing, more of. And, some people just stick to, more of a SaaS model, just like they have for their high level, where they're not really focused on the agency work. They're just focused on giving people access to a system they can use. And some are 100% done for you. They don't even know what white label suite is. They don't even know what high level is, their clients. And
so it's across the board. Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Okay, cool. And then the other thing is, I know you have the 20 free leads, but then I heard about giving away 100 leads. So is that a different kind of strategy? William was talking about
100
that. I don't know
leads.
if there's a specific snapshot for that or not, but he said he would give away 100 leads, which I thought was a lot.
I'm sorry, you said that was like one of Walt's
I
suggestions?
believe William was mentioning that. Yeah.
Oh, William. Okay. Yeah, the 20 free leads, that's what we call it, because that's, like the strategy. This has been almost 4 years ago now that helped us with that. But you could, literally where we have this set up with the program now, you could give away whatever amount you wanted to. It's still the same
Yep.
process. It's the same kind of, system and workflow behind that. So yeah, instead of telling people it's 20, you could say, hey, I'm giving 50 or whatever. But the main thing is, so there's a little bit of a difference now too, right, with credits. So since you can resell credits and you're getting access to X amount of credits per month, um, you would be giving, so the difference here is you would be giving either a certain amount of credits away per month for them to get access to the software and just use it and see how it works. Now, when you say free leads, that's more of a process of getting them on a call and saying, hey, what kind of customers can I help you get in front of? And you're doing the research for them on the call, looking those up and then saying, hey, here's 20 of them. I can download them to a CSV file for you, or you can get access to my software and you can connect to your CRM and you can come in here and look for leads anytime that you want to. So now the, updates that we've done to our system, there's kind of two different paths there. Either you're offering those leads and getting them on a call to show them, leads that you can find for them and get them in front of and give them away, or you're giving somebody access to the software and giving them X amount of credits to try it out.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's the best way of really doing a demo is kind of bring them in through the free leads system and then get them on a live call and kind of go through how everything's set up and how basically create leads on the fly for them.
Yeah, and if it's something where I would do it almost more of, I would do it more of a webinar, because doing one by one, would take longer. Yeah, you're still going to get clients, you're still going to get people to sign up, but it's just going to take more time. So it just depends on like what you want to do too and how fast you want to do it. If I was doing the 20 free leads or 50 or 100 or whatever that looked like, I would get people to a webinar, and on the webinar, I would get all the participants to tell me who's your niche, who you're looking for, who you're trying to get in front of, and just show them like how many leads I can create for them based on the industries that they're giving me. And then, I would have them sign up right then and there.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, I've been toying with that webinar through just some other GHL services. So yeah, that gave me some good inspiration. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no problem. Wayne, I see your question in the chat here. Give a client more credits for free. Is it possible just transfer them from your account, or what's the best method? Yeah, so what you would do in this instance is pull this back up here. So yeah, for this, what you would want to do is, so Wayne, are you talking about like a current, somebody who's currently subscribed to a package
Yeah,
with
maybe
you?
they've just been like a really good client and they're like, oh, I need another 100, and you just gift it to them or whatnot.
Yeah, so under subscriptions, under the white label, you would go to their account and edit that subscription. And we've got what's called additional request time and credits. So you could let them know, hey, here's 100 more credits for the month, for the next quarter. You could do it for the next 10 years. And you could just gift them those additional credits
Oh,
to use.
it's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And again, doing it this route will come out of your pool of credits, but it doesn't come out of that pool until they actually use them. So I could gift somebody, 1,000 credits, but unless they use them, it's not going to come out of the pool that I get. If you're on one of our monthly plans or one of our annual plans, it won't deduct from that until they actually use them.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Don't see more hands raised. Any other questions while I've got you guys on here? If not, I know I dropped a little nugget on you and said, hey, this came out an hour ago. There's a couple other things as well that I could show you guys that have also been released at the same time.
Yes, please.
Awesome. You guys will get it before the announcement here. So yeah, let me go back into White Label Suite here. One of the biggest ones, and this is great for you guys from a technical standpoint and from a reseller standpoint, because what this does is now under integration and OpenAI, and you guys probably remember putting your number in here and selecting that and doing all that. If you take this out of here, and let's say that you don't want to use that key anymore, or you let your account with it expire and you don't want to update it or fund it anymore. If you guys don't have your API key here, you can now use credits for those functions. You can also resell those credits for the AI to your clients as well. So what this does is, if I've got no API key in here and I don't have it selected for my customers to use that API key, obviously if it's empty, you'd want to check that off and update it. Now, if they come in and they're working through a list, or even you guys are doing this yourself and you don't have that API key in there, you can just use credits for these. So if I run this will tell me now, hey, this is going to consume 1 credit, or you can add your own API key. Do you want to continue anyways? So we've had a lot of feedback on the AI and having to like connect your open API key, and concerns about it being additional cost, and the technical aspect of it and creating an API key is challenging. So we've taken that completely off of your plate and said, cool, you can still use the AI. You can use your own API key if you want to, if you've already got that set up, if you've already funded it, and you can continue to do that, or you can just use credits and you'll always have access to those features. So yeah, that's one more thing. And again, this also, from a reseller standpoint, can help you guys and your clients use those credits as well. Joy says 4 minis super cheap. Yeah, it just depends on what you want to do. So you can obviously continue to use that, or you can just use credits. And so let's say, Joy, you want to just continue to use that for yourself. Again, you can just uncheck this this box here, and then your your customers can just use credits, and then your account will always use your API key. So you can do it that way too.
And the customer have a choice to do either one?
If they don't, yeah, so they can put their API key in, and again, if they don't put that in there, they'll just use credits. So that's kind of how they can choose between the two.
They do have a choice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are
Well,
you
Um,
this
guys
is
just
cool.
sticking with GPT, or will Claude be an option as well?
Currently we just got GPT. I don't know if Claude's on the roadmap for us, but can definitely check that out.
It seems to be a little more realistic. I've been using it elsewhere. I think it's a little bit better, but
Yeah, and I've seen some platforms use a mix of both of them. I've seen some are going strictly to like Meta AI too, which is I've used that a few times now, which is pretty impressive. Meta's AI that they've got. All right, cool. And then let's see here. One more thing we've gotten feedback on as well from a Stripe standpoint is just being able to change the currency for the price per credit. So now you can display that in a different currency. The transactions between our system and what you guys are selling, the difference will still be in USD, but now you can show for your customers who might be purchasing in a different currency, they can see that here now. So that's also an option. One-time package we went over. And then more change here for yeah. So one thing as well with the data update we had a while ago that shows potential emails found. So now you guys can filter for that as well. So now it won't just be email found or email not found. Now you can see the ones that they have potential additional emails that are found. And before that update as well, if you guys hadn't seen that, these additional emails you can also add to the record. So I could say, hey, even though the first source that we went through didn't find that email, but we were able to find and verify it. That's why these are additional, because they're not verified, but we can find one that is related to that person based on their socials or their website or anything like that. And we can say, cool, if that's a potential, I still want to add that for this person so that I've got it when I send it over to my CRM and it doesn't just have their name and no contact info. All right. Oh, and then the which you guys have access to in your wallet, which we call the top up, and this is the balance settings here. So each of your subscribers, clients, customers, they have access to this now as well. So you can show them, hey, if your credits dip below 50, this will help you top it back up to 100 or whatever they want to set that at. So this is now available in their accounts as well. Before it was just available to you guys, and we've opened that up to everybody. Let's see here. Rest of this is some little fixes. One of them being the SMTP. We were having some issues with that before, so those have been resolved. And the SMTP is the option under white label where you can set up, let's say you're using Outlook or MailChimp or something like that to send your emails from. This has been updated and fixed, so those are all working. The different ports we've added, everything's working there, hosting. So this will help you guys send out welcome emails, and those welcome emails are for licenses, as well as password resets. And yeah, so that's been updated, and we've resolved those issues with the SMTP. We also had a limit during bulk import. So if you guys had a list that was, I forget what they said the number was limited to, but we've removed that bulk import limit for data enrichment, which is in the company search. So that would be this guy here when you're uploading a CSV file. So we've removed the limit on that for you. And that is everything. Yeah, any questions on that stuff so far?
With the SMTP, we can send cold email directly from GHL, right? And that's pretty easy to do. So once we import these in, we don't need to set up anything as long as it's connected to the CRM.
Yeah, so what this SMTP for is just for it's just for welcome emails for people who are subscribing to your software. So it's not for any outreach or email automation or anything like that from White Label Suite.
Okay, so it would be like, for example, from our G Suite. We'd
Yeah.
set that up. Okay.
Exactly, or Outlook, or yeah, whatever platform you've got. But yeah, we originally set this up so that people wouldn't have to use an outside platform just to send an email that says, "Hey, here's your login information." So that's why we did that originally. Or
And
they
so
wouldn't have
with
to send
that,
it manually, or yeah.
right. And so with that, are you recommending we just use our main domain and main email, or should that be like a separate, like that's basically just a transactional email, so that can come directly from our, info at or hello at our domain, right?
Yeah, that can come directly because it's not cold outreach, and since they've purchased and subscribed through, the platform, it's nothing you have to worry about there either from a compliance standpoint.
Right. Cool.
And yeah, like I said, it's transactional, so they should get it, no problem, and you're not doing any cold outreach with it, so shouldn't affect your domain or your email at all. Awesome. Yeah, that's everything that I've got, unless there's anything else I can cover for you guys. But yeah, some more exciting things coming the next few days here as well. We'll have influencer search live, so be on the lookout for that. That's a fun one because you can connect with influencers, other affiliates, people out there who are, looking for a software like yours to resell.
And then also you've got that 10K package coming, right, with the AI responses and everything over the next few weeks. So that I'm looking forward to that, to hear more about the AI responding and following up.
Yeah, I've actually got. So we did this test with a live audience. Let me show you guys this. Hopefully, I might have to change my sharing settings on here. Yeah, share sound. Okay. So this is a group that Johan's part of, and he wanted to have somebody call our AI voice bot and I'm sorry, this bot actually called him and went through the conversation of somebody's brand and how it would talk about it and everything like that. And yeah, let you guys listen to this.
All right, so Lachlan, you should be getting that. Just press speaker when it comes up.
We're not hearing it if there's audio.
Oh, you're not hearing anything? Okay. How about now?
Well, I am looking at
Yes.
starting a business in property development.
That sounds exciting. Are you looking to find leads for potential investors, buyers, or maybe both?
I would love leads for potential investors, please.
Got it. What would an average new investment be worth to you? A range or a single figure word?
50,000.
Thanks for sharing that. How are you currently generating leads for your property development business?
I stand on the corner of the street with a large sign and I look incredibly pretty.
That's one way to do it. But let's see if we can make things a bit easier for you. Are you looking to grow your sales and increase your results?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Have you had a chance to see our online demonstration of Prospect Falcon yet?
No, but please show me.
No worries. I can answer any questions you have about lead generation right here. What would you like to know more about?
I want to know how you can make my life easier.
Prospect Falcon uses powerful AI to search global web and social media data, helping you find and connect with potential investors quickly. Instead of standing on the corner, you'll have targeted leads delivered right to you. How does that sound?
Wow, that looks amazing. But will I still get exercise like I do when I stand on the corner?
Haha, you might need to find a new workout routine, but think of all the time you'll save to focus on other aspects of your business. Ready to get started with Prospect Falcon?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Head over to prospectfalcon.com to sign up for an account. I'll let the team know you're joining and we'll add 500 bonus credits to your account as a thank you. Anything else you'd like to know before we wrap up?
What else could you offer me? Have you got a better discount or a better deal? I'm really interested now.
I love your enthusiasm. While the 500 bonus credits are a great start, let me see if there's anything else we can do for you. While the 500 bonus credits are a great start, I can also offer you a personalized onboarding session to ensure you get the most out of Prospect Falcon. How does that sound?
I would absolutely love that. Could I also have lunch with the founders?
I love your ambition. While I can't promise lunch with the founders, I can assure you that our team is dedicated to your success and will provide top-notch support. Ready to sign up and get started?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
All right, so look.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of that?
Wow.
This is great.
Is that Closebot using that?
No. This is a company called Synthflow.
Okay.
Not sure if you guys have heard of them. But yeah, Greg, you say this will be available. So Greg, this is literally in the works right now. This is something that we'll probably have dialed in and available within the next couple of weeks. And be making that offer out to obviously our current partners and other people we're looking at who, are looking for more of this could either be, a DIY or a done for you service. Jamie, as you mentioned that 10K package, that'd be more of, the done for you. But we've also got the Closebot as well. So what it would do is the Closebot's great for people who reply to your messages. So it could start having that conversation with them to, book that call or text back and forth, or even just, from a support standpoint, could help you guys with that too. And then the call feature would be inbound and outbound. So as you, just like we were going over earlier with the example of, I think that was Jeff who was asking about, hey, when that AI info comes over to that contact, what would what would happen with that, and how could you use that in an email? Well, the bots could actually use that as part of their conversation. So if you're running a summary here on that person and sending that over information over to your CRM, and the bot picks up and already knows about that business, then it can have, you know, an intelligent conversation based on the summary that was generated, you know, in White Label Suite. So there's massive potential there to help you guys with outreach and inbound questions and you know, campaigns, and as people respond to them and have those conversations, and either book your calendar or just help you sell your packages or plans. So that's what we're looking forward to for you guys, is just a way to even further automate that sales process for you.
So Kyle, that synth flow, was that an actual cold call going out, or was that someone that had called in, or what exactly was the procedure there?
So that was an outbound trigger based on a new contact, and a part of that example with that group that Johan was working with to, you know, basically see how that would work, is somebody submitted their they submit their information, or no, I think he just created them as a new contact, and then it dialed them, and he answered the phone.
Yeah, that was really good. She was a little fast, but definitely picked up on all the funny nuances of the dude asking her. So
Yeah,
very
I like
interesting.
his she said, "You'll have to find a new workout routine since you won't be standing on the corner." I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's, you know, it definitely picks up on, yeah, like you said, those nuances, and can carry that conversation. Originally when we were testing stuff like this, it was even faster, and they just sounded like they weren't even, you know, listening to the person. So we've gone through quite a few products to really help dial this in. But yeah, looking forward to showing you guys what these things can do and how they can help you. We will have, not this week, but the next week, we'll have the founder and creator of Closebot on, and you know, he'll be walking through even more things we can do with it, and how it can help you guys. But cool. We're gonna find more information on this Closebot. Where do we have that? Let me get a link for you. I'll have to find that. Wayne, I'll get you that. I'll send you that link. Otherwise, if you guys are on the training the next, like tomorrow and next week as well, we'll get that link for you on there too. But yeah, thank you guys, and yeah, tune in to training the next couple of weeks if you guys can make it. Otherwise, we got the replay available, but some awesome things coming to just help you automate the whole sales process. So thanks for your time, guys.
Hey
Thanks,
Kyle,
Kyle.
where will this recording be?
This recording will be in our community under the learning tab, and then weekly
Okay.
training. Or, I'm sorry,
Awesome.
Q&A, not weekly
Q&A.
training.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye, everybody.